think you lose?
100 pounds.
100 pounds?
100 pounds.
Stop the cap.
It's a joke. Harden didn't mean he actually lost 100 pounds, although some people believed he did. Yeah, y'all are wild. But he did just say that if his conditioning can be level with his skill set, his IQ, and the work he put in, it's MVP. Last year, Harden also said,
Healthy James Harden. Scary. Scary hours.
So I guess he had
No skill at all.
Now, the NBA listed Harden at 220 pounds last season. I don't like believing the NBA weight because either they don't update it or players say whatever they want. How is college Harden 222 pounds, but this Harden 220 pounds?
How, Sway?
However, as we saw last season, Harden was all sorts of shapes. Harden gained 40 pounds in the 2020 offseason. And remember, people were questioning if Harden was even worth a max extension after his recent playoffs performance. Now, we can see that Harden definitely has slimmed down from before, but how much? And what does this even mean? What is up, dudes, cadets, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. If we take a look at Harden from Media Day 2021 and this Media Day side by side, there's a bit of a difference. And to see even that slight bit of a difference means that he's lost 10 to 20 pounds from this point last year. But Harden was also on his fat suit timing in the middle of the season, and from that point, this looks more like 30 pounds lost.
How do you do that?
The exact number is a bit hazy, and I've talked about the illusion of clothes and camera angles on Harden's weight, but comparing these same angles and clothing makes it a fair comparison. Even in the new training camp videos, it seems like Harden is back to normal? You let me know if you're seeing any massive differences in the comments down below. I'm seeing some small, meaningful changes, but hey, that could be enough. Do you remember in 2020 when emaciated Harden was going around and he came into the bubble significantly skinnier? But then in December was looking like Pillsbury Doughboy on purpose?
I was just training.
Let's take a look at that skinny Harden in the bubble. Skinny James Harden was pretty solid, but again, nothing crazy. His drives actually decreased from 17.9 drives to 15 in the bubble, despite being a bit quicker. Just like y'all could be quick to subscribe. Thanks. Also, I'm looking for people who know basketball and my content really well to clip for a TikTok and shorts, so hit me up on Twitter. Overweight and being out of shape has hurt Harden simply because he didn't have a quick first step. He couldn't get by defenders, and that led to a season filled with disappointment.
Everybody getting a hand on it. Harden inside.
But even normally, Harden has been on the more stockier side. During his MVP seasons, Harden wasn't cut, and you know what? That's fine because it works with him. Harden's specialty isn't that he's quick, it's his ability to change pace and specifically stop at his weight. Both Luka and Harden rank amongst the best scientifically in their ability to stop, according to P3. Playing weight isn't to be the most cut, it's what is the most comfortable for your body type, as Charles Barkley has explained.
To get to 240 means I want to experiment. I got to 240, but I didn't feel strong and explosive. He says, no, 250. 250 is your weight.
Harden's weight has been to his advantage because he's able to get to wherever he wants and not get pushed off. It's one of the reasons why he's been one of the more efficient finishers in the league, apart from the free throws.
I am perplexed. What happened?
So if he's lost 10 to 20 pounds, that's perfect because he's going back to what he was before. However, his role with the Sixers is different than the ISO god he had to be.
Oh my! Somebody!
Both Embiid and Harden emphasize defense as the pillar for their success, like every other PR response by every other team in Media Day. And while that is important, what is more important is Harden's ability to stay healthy and be active throughout the game. Joel Embiid should take a lot of pressure off of Harden, but Harden also needs to be able to move off ball, especially with Tyrese Maxey being another ball handler. Harden doesn't need to only do pick and rolls, and there's no excuse for Harden to take possessions off either. His usage rate with the Sixers was only 24.9%, and in the playoffs, 23.7%, dramatically lower than his typical 37 to 40% he has in the past. But his body wasn't able to handle it.
Takes no skill at all.
This weight loss should get him back to what he was capable of before. The issue is, Will he be able to maintain this weight? With how many weight fluctuations Harden has had in the past few seasons, that's yet to be decided.
Is that me?
I feel like with Harden, 10 to 20 pounds of weight gain is pretty easy for him. Some people can gain weight very easily, some people have a hard time gaining weight. So I'm definitely going to be monitoring that closely. We've also seen Harden run out of gas in 2017, which he's admitted, and the hamstring injury for the past few years, which has sort of sidelined him from his normal form. The Harden beat experiment is in its early stages, and with only 21 games played, we're going to see how each player operates and helps each other. Now, Harden seems like he's saying all the right things, that he had enough time in this offseason to actually get into shape. He was able to play pickup basketball, his first offseason where he's not hampered by his hamstring injury.
The last 2 summers of pandemic, and then the last summer, it was all recovery. You know, it was all rehabbing and doing those small things. Now I get a full summer to actually play pickup. Like, working out individually and then playing pickup and playing basketball is 2 totally different things.
Absolutely.
It's a different type of conditioning, you know what I mean? So I hadn't had that.
However, this was the same thing he said last season, so I take it with a grain of salt.
Stop the cap.
I don't like falling for early season claims or narrative, but in this specific case, we're actually able to see some physical differences, and I hope we do see the Harden of the old. But to anyone who thought he actually lost 100 pounds, he didn't.
But I have real talent.
Freaking way.
But what do you think? Will Harden be in MVP form, and how far will these Sixers go?
Man, this is a we season, not a me season. This season is going to be all about us, as you know.
Working out and playing pickup and having fun playing basketball again. So this is I'm in a really good space, honestly.
The all-day notification shout goes to my girl, Day 1 OG Maria Jo, who's ready for Steph Curry to run it back. Thanks for the all-day support. And if you're still here, you're a real one, so comment 100 so I know.
Regardless.
Does that concern you?
No.
I've also made a video on how Harden loses weight every time he's traded, should be somewhere here, so go check it out. James Harden has done it again. This man Houdini with his weight, like...
Interesting, because I didn't feel like he was round. I felt like he was in good shape when we came into camp.
We got another video coming within the next few days about some drama in the NBA, so subscribe if you want it. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibe.
I don't wanna leave, she don't wanna stay. Baby, won't you slow down? It'll be okay. I don't wanna leave.